Hello, happy people. This is my Saiga 12S or C. C is Cyrillic for S in Russian, which stands for a word. It means folding stock or folder. This started off life as a regular Saiga 12 with the cheesy Monte Carlo stock and the trigger back where the pistol grip is now and all that stuff. So I did a little bit of conversion to this. So I drilled out the trunnion pins, of course. And I cut the angle for the trunnion, dremeled it for the hinge to go in, all that happy stuff. But I didn't have a welder that was good enough to fill the holes. So I had a bit of outsourcing work to be done, and I chose Matt Yeamans of My Guns Northwest. You can get a hold of him at mygunsnorthwest.com. The guy does an excellent job, and he's very, very affordable. I'm not going to quote prices because those kind of things change with inflation and costs going up and down and whatnot. So, but get a hold of him. I think he'll do you right. He did me, and I'm a bit of a purist and kind of picky with my guns. So, he satisfied all my expectations. So what he did, like I mentioned, is he filled the holes that were, here and here for that cheesy little, whatever you want to call it, that these came imported with some sort of cantilever system, hokey thing to make the trigger operate from back here with I'm not going to get into all that. But anyway, there's holes there and there's holes that aren't supposed to be there. And then, of course, holes that need to be added, such as this latch and, of course, the button on the other side of it here. Which I can go ahead and do this, get the stock out of the way. So, at any rate, yeah, he did an excellent job of filling those holes. You can't tell that they are there at all. They're very, very well done. The rivets are crushed in perfectly. There's no sign of, they're very professional. I also had him weld in this reinforcement plate, which I bought from Ted Marshall. If anybody knows a lot about AKs, the name Ted Marshall pops up from time to time. The guy's pretty awesome. The stuff he builds is incredible, or used to. I don't know if he does much anymore, but he bought these reinforcement plates from him, and you might be able to get a hold of him at Marshall Arms Texas at Yahoo. Ted Marshall will be able to hook you up, hopefully. So I had Matt at My Guns weld that in. And then, of course, he did the latch over here. And I believe I got this from akbuilder.com. This latch is pretty much one-to-one from the original. It looks really good. Anyway, he cut the hole properly. Of course, he drilled the hole for the pin. When doing this, you don't want to remove any of the nomenclature, manufacturer, whatever. So I had it put here. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, it is built by Arsenal, or imported rather. There's the importer's name. So I had it inscribed up there so it wouldn't be missing from the weapon, which, don't quote me, but it's my understanding if you're not going to sell this, it's not a big deal to have that kind of stuff removed as long as you have the serial number on there. But again, I'm not a lawyer. But this is 92R parts compliant. It has the proper number of parts using American parts, like, of course, your Tapco G2 trigger. Your 3 parts counted as US parts for the magazine. I got an MD Arms birdcage flash hider, various sundry parts such as those. And when I bought this thing, I wanted a folder. I didn't like the Monte Carlo stock on other guns that were coming over, and I saw all kinds of hokey conversions, and I really liked the Russian AK-100 series folding stock. These things are rock solid, and so I sourced all the parts that I needed, which cost quite a bit of money. Even more now, being that we don't trade with Russia, with Izhevsk, Russia anymore, which is really a shame. Hopefully that gets changed. That's a bunch of crap. The the Russians living in Crimea voted democratically to annex from Ukraine, which Crimea was part of Russia, was part of the Soviet Union, and the population comprised primarily of Russians. And so they decided to leave, and Obama had a fit. So, he killed two birds with one stone, got back at Russia, and also banned some of the finest AKs from entering our country. Anyway, I'll get off my political soapbox here, but at any rate, that's why you can't get these anymore, and that's why prices go up. And when I bought this gun, I think I paid, I don't know, it was $1,000. I think I grabbed two of them because the ATF at the time was looking at maybe making these not suitable for sporting, the 1968 BS gun law that went into effect, stating that a gun has to be used for sporting purposes or whatnot. Totally not what the Second Amendment says. But at any rate, they started freaking out because here's this gun and, it's kind of vanilla until Mike Davis starts making these bad boys and they're 20-round drum magazines. Oh, no, we can't have that because now when you put this thing on there, you've got a gun that's even more vicious than the street sweeper. What was it? A 12-round magazine, and it was like a revolver magazine. The magazine didn't come off and reattach. It was a big, arduous task of unloading that thing. It was a piece of garbage. I think Cobra made it, and some South African company was making those things. Now they are considered destructive devices, and you need, the regular ATF paperwork to even get one, which I don't even know why you'd want one. They're garbage. So this is far superior to that, and holds a lot more ammo than one of those things do. When you think about it, this is a lot more devastating than, an Uzi or any other submachine gun you can really think of. I mean, you've got 9 .32 caliber pellets in each one of these 12 gauge rounds coming at you as fast as you can pull the trigger, and this thing's plenty fast. That's quite a wall of lead coming at you. I'd much prefer to grab one of these than I would a submachine gun any day, as long as I didn't really care too much about accuracy. But let's face it, a submachine gun isn't that accurate anyway, but I digress. One thing Matt doesn't not do is finish work, so you will have to spray yours, whatever you want to do to it. I ended up Duracoating this with Tactical Black Duracoat, and it turned out pretty good, though it seems a little foggier than the last batch I remember Duracoating. It's not as shiny. I don't know why it didn't come out like that, but anyway, it doesn't bother me so much. It looks pretty close to the Ishmash color, I think. And I could always redo it at a later date, right? But anyway, there it is. I wanted some people to be able to see this, so I threw this up on YouTube. And anyway, have a good day.